Okay, I'm going to show you how I do a gloss skin. Bear with me, I'm trying to do the video and this at the same time. Okay, I've already got the game on, brought up to where you do the graphics. So I'm just going to minimize this and open up the template in my program. Okay, here's the template. Now the thing that is probably the most important, excuse me, is the base has to be the darkest shade of whatever color you're going to use. Now right over here are my gradient colors right here, and you click on it and it brings this up, and I can click on gradient, and then here are the different colors that I have to choose from. These are mostly ones I already have saved. Okay, so let's do the red. Now if you notice on the red, the outside is darker. That's the color I'm going to paint the base of my car to start with. So we're going to go to color, go up and choose that color red. Okay, see, now it's selected red. Now I'm going to do it with the second one also, and the box comes back up, dark color red, and okay. Then I go over to my flood fill, alright. Also very important to get the little lines on the outside of each section of the template, which I'm sure you already know. Bring it back out. Okay, now for the shading. Go back over here, click on that, brings this box back up. I'm going to choose my gradient. Alright. Right there is the one I'm going to use, and I'll do it again on the second one. Alright, now I've got my color set, got my gradient set. I'm going to come over here, I've got a little shape changer right here. I'm going to click on it, it's going to give me the rectangle, and I just make a rectangle over the template. Now I go back up and I select the rectangle, because if I use the warp brush before I select the rectangle, then it will warp the entire skin, and that pretty much sucks. So now I'm going to come back down here to my warp brush, and it sets a grid. Alright, and then I'm going to adjust the shade as needed. And once you do this a few times, you get used to it, and you can pretty much get it on the first try. At least I can. I've gotten pretty used to it. Alright, let's bring this up just a little bit. Now I'm going to go up here, File, Save As, and let's just say Shelby 1. And that saves straight to my desktop. Then I click back onto the game, upload, and we're going to test fit to see what it looks like. And that's pretty much dead on right from the start. So there is the side. Okay, I'm going to go back into this. Notice my rectangle that I used a warp brush on is still selected. This is a handy little feature. I go to layers and then duplicate, and I can just take this and move it over to this side and adjust as needed. Get it right around where it is on the other side, and it saves me from having to do it all over again. Now, save that one again, go back into the game, test fit the other side, and there's the shade on that side. Perfect. Alright, now the front. The front, I'm going to change the gradient. As it's going vertical, I'm going to change it now to horizontal. And the same thing with my second box. Select my rectangle again and just make like so. Now I'm going to change this shape to fit the shape of that section of the template. So I'll go back to my warp brush, and there comes my grid back up, and I just adjust the shape. Not too much there. Alright, and save that. Go back to the game, upload Shelby 1, and I think that got it pretty much from the start on that one also. So now you can see we have now the side and the front, and it's only taken me a couple of minutes to do that. And one more little bit. I'm going to go back, change my color gradient back to vertical. Oops. Vertical. Okay. Same thing with that one. And we're going to do the structure, the body. Select rectangle again. Come down to about right there. Now I'm going to select it, bring it up just a tad here, and a little bit over this way. Use my warp brush. There comes the grid. And just kind of bring these in a little bit. Save it. Come back down to the game and apply it. And that's pretty much it. Now, if you'll notice, it may be hard to see in the video, there's these lines right here and a couple right there on the hood. What you need to do is go back and let me get my color set. I'm going to set back to the dark color of red. Actually, I'm going to make it just a little bit lighter. But basically, you've got to set the color for the background to get rid of those lines. This is the only skin I've ever seen that you actually have to do that with. So we'll just set that like so. I had to deselect that. That was my fault. Now let's do that again. Flood fill. There we go. Save as. Save. Come back. And those lines are now gone. And that is how I do my gloss and shading for my cars. Hope it helps. Hope it's something you can see. I don't know what kind of program you use, but hopefully I've got something similar and you can use whatever you've got. The warp brush is a big help. The duplicate is a big help. And it's basically just a matter of setting the colors and setting my gradients to what I want the color to be. The main thing, like I said before, is to set the base color, the darkest shade of whatever you're going to use. And that's pretty much how I do it. And then from here on, you add stripes, logos, or whatever else you want to add. So that'll do it. If you have any questions, feel free to PM me. I'll answer any question you have, help any way I can.